Today, June 23rd, 2023, marks a special day for a certain blue hedgehog. The hedgehog that dethroned a certain red plumber. The hedgehog that gave the red plumber a run for his money. And his name is Sonic the Hedgehog. Over 32 years of history filled with a really good community. Nothing ever go wrong. I know, right? Right? Anyway, today is the 32nd anniversary of Sonic the Hedgehog. And I was like, okay, let's do something very special. I was planning to do an anime. I can't talk today. I was planning to do an animation for the Blue Hedgehog, but I realized I could not animate because I suck at drawing. Then again, I failed my exam at art back then in my school. I was planning to do a cover of some really famous Sonic games, But I just couldn't do it because my voice is terrible and I don't want to embarrass myself for being more useless. So let's just go with the traditional way. I've been playing lots of Sonic games over the years. From 2008 when I played my first Sonic game, all the way to recently, I've played lots of Sonic games. So today, I might as well just do a ranking for all the Sonic games that I play. I say all, but not every single one of them. There are tons of Sonic games that I play, but some of them are not being played yet or probably never will. Here are the rankings based on my opinion before any of you go down the comment and scream how wrong I am, because I'm not wrong, because this is my opinion. Then again, the Sonic fanbase is full of idiots, so who cares? But I'm care enough to make my own ranking. So as you can see here, I already make different tier lists according to this here. We have best Sonic game, which is the highest tier for Sonic games in my opinion. Then we have S, A, B, C, D, and E, which I label as awful. Then we have two empty spots. Pineapple pizza is good, and I hate chocolate. Just two filler empty area that serve no purposes, and never play or never will. Games that I haven't played, and games that I probably never will play. And thanks to this user by the name of, let me just go check his name, Tropical underscore toast, thank you for making a comprehensive list, just sorting out according to your years, making my job easier. Anyway, let's start off with 1984, because canonically, this is where the Sonic series starts off. We have Flicky, which I'll put in B. In Flicky, which is an arcade game, you play as one of Flicky, an animal in the Sonic universe, try to rescue your friends while try to escape from the birds who try to separate you and your friend as you try to get the birds to the exit. While doing that, you also have to dodge a bunch of cats getting in your way. If the cat hit your animals, you're gonna have to try to catch them back again, similar to Ego Pop made by PopCap. Anyone remember that? No? Anyway, if you get hit, you lose a life. It's a fun game with a good concept, and it's a really refreshing idea to see that these flickies, these characters, were implemented into the Sonic universe just 7 years later. It's a fun game, but nothing valuable to be on top here. It's a fun game, not a bad game, but it's just an arcade game that was meant to eat your quarter. That game there's no ending, you just keep playing as long as possible to get a higher score. So that's why it's B. And then we move on to the first ever Sonic game. We have Sonic the Hedgehog. And unfortunately, I'm just gonna put it at C. Unfortunately, Sonic the Hedgehog, the first one, of course, that Sega was just trying to find their ground, find their roots, trying to find their way with this game. Of course, there are lots of flaws and mistakes and just problem with the game. Level design is inconsistent. Like first off, you have Green Hill Zone, which was meant to demonstrate what Sonic is capable of. He was capable of going very fast. That's what the first level is able to do. And then we have Marble Zone. Admittedly, it's not a bad level design, but not a bad zone in my opinion. But from going fast to just going to a crawl while waiting to get on platform, what is this, Sega? Then we're back to Springyard Zone, which is where we get some of the speed back before crashing down with Labyrinth Zone, and then it never recovers from here on. Sure, a lot of people say Starlight Zone is pretty fun, but I find the zone to be very frustrating. There's a lot of bottomless pit, lots of obstacles that prevent you from going your full potential. It's just lots of limitation. And of course, the final zone, Scrap Rain Zone, along with a third act, which is the carbon copy of Labyrinth Zone. Like, okay, you're just gonna make your fans very upset, and that's why I never really come back to this game. Even though I do come back, I use multiple continue because I suck at this game and just rushing. Because what the later Sonic games taught is that you want to go fast, but this game doesn't let you do it, and that's why it stays low, very low here. And of course, and also the special stage, which heavily relies on luck. You collect 50 rings, get to the end of the level, jump into the special ring, and you just try to get through the special stage to get the Chaos Emerald. But it's not easy. The maze rotates on its own, and the only thing you can control is jumping. That's it. Occasionally you can hit the button to turn the maze clockwise or anti-clockwise, but it doesn't give you full control, and most of the time you could just exit from the special stage, which is very ridiculous and unfair. If you're gonna let me get the Chaos Emerald, if you want me to get the Chaos Emerald, then let me have the full control. And that's why it's just a rough edges here. Then we have the Master System one, which is a remake of Sonic the Hedgehog 1. And it was okay. I mean, I can't talk, my tongue is twisted. It's as frustrating as the first one. The first zone it makes you want to go fast, and then the later zone just makes you go slow. Yeah, it's just more of the same, and I don't have anything else to say. Oh yeah, I should also mention that some of these games, including this one, are games. The last time I played some of the games are many years ago, and some games I played recently, so that's why I have clear memory. So if I just fumble my way and I just talk about some games with a few seconds, few minutes shorter compared to this main series, then I'm sorry. I try to remember from my memories. Anyway, let's continue on. Not quite sure any of you. I'm pretty sure this is the Game Gear version. Never played the Game Gear version, but I'm sure it's the same thing as this too. Well, I don't have no idea what is this. It looks like a Genesis on the rocket. I don't know. Never look of it. Then we have Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the Master System, which is I rather play or wish play this too over Sonic 1. Also had its rough edges. Some levels can be really brutal, especially the bosses, while the Sonic 2 introduces some good new gimmicks like minecart in the volcano level and a hand in the gliding levels. It doesn't really do anything to make the game good. Some you can go fast, but also it just makes you want to go slow. Just forces you to go slow. And also if you don't ever get a Chaos Emerald before beating the final boss, you get the darkest ending, where Tails presumably quote unquote die. Yeah, that's very dark for Sonic 2. For like a first few game, it's very dark, and I not quite like it. I like myself some dark game, but this one, oh boy, just make me feel very guilty. But at the same time, I don't want to play this game again to get a Chaos Emerald. Anyway, but Sonic 2 is a godsend. It's a vast improvement compared to the first one. Level design is better. You can just go very fast, and thanks to the marketing department for promoting the game as blast processing, the game able to do so. was it Amber Hill Zone, Chemical Plant Zone, Casino Night, Aquatic Run Zone, Casino Night Zone, Hilltop Zone, Mr. Cave Zone, Oil Ocean Zone, what was the other one? Metropolis Zone, Egg Fleet Zone, I forget, the Fleet Zone, like you know what I'm talking about, and then ends with an Death Egg Zone. All of which feels like a big adventure, and it's just a better adventure than this one. Like I said, the level just doesn't hold you back. You can go very fast, and the game will never punish you. The special stage are better than this one, and I recommend it's fun if you play solo, either Tails or Sonic. Don't play with Sonic and Tails because you will make you lose your mind. And the special stage requires memorization, skills, and just you need to be very good, and just much better than this one where it requires to have luck, and this one doesn't have it. You just need to know what to do at the right moment. Oh gosh, I accidentally knocked over my microphone. Now hang on. I don't want to re-record this because this is a one-shot recording, so don't expect fancy editing. Don't expect any music along this video. I too lazy to record entire thing again. It's currently 3 in the morning. This is my second attempt recording this. My first attempt, well, I was just doing the same thing, and I accidentally deleted the footage while I was trying to edit it. And now here I am, 3 in the morning, talking about Sonic games. I'm an idiot. Anyway, like I said, the level design better, gameplay is much better as well. The first game to introduce Spin Dash, I'm not quite sure it is to introduce it first, but main series as a whole, this game introduced Spin Dash. Music is just top notch, better than the first one. Like I said, level design are better. The area you visited are much better as well, memorable. Yeah, it's a game I recommend for beginner. Compared to this one, I recommend this one as well. This two I recommended. This three now. Anyway, moving on, then we have the popcorn shop, which is, I believe, a vending machine for making popcorn. There's like this small screen where you watch Sonic and Tails make popcorn, like this interactive stuff. I never seen one, so I couldn't say I play it. So you go here. Hope Sega can make a new version of this. I want to see it myself. Anyway, there's also the Game Gear version of Sonic 2. Never play it, and probably never will talk about it. Then we have SegaSonic The Hedgehog, an arcade game. As I say, it's much fun than Flicky. The unique thing is that you control Sonic, Ray, and Mighty, which make their first appearances. You control these three characters with the trackball instead of the joystick. You control with a trackball and just try to break some areas, try to escape the traps from behind, try to move forward, and it gets chaotic when you play with 3 players. But I don't have friends, so even if a single player experience, the game is pretty fun as a whole. If you found, I don't know what to say about it, because like I said, I haven't played this game for quite a while. But from what I know, this game is pretty good, even though I play on the emulator, so I don't have a trackball, so I couldn't get the full experience. I imagine if you play with a trackball, it's gonna be much better. I play myself, so that's why it's up here. And I wish Sega re-released this game for more the console on ports, like a Xbox Live Arcade thing, a Switch eShop game. I don't care, just port this game again to the modern console. The world needs to play this again with controller support. I want Sega to do this again. It's a fun game. And that was the last time Mighty and Rare appeared in a Sonic game, and Sega did those two dirty. Anyway, we have Sonic CD. I don't like this game. To put it simple, which I already talked about this game in the past, so go check it out. Excuse me. To put it simple, Sonic CD is anything but the Sonic 1, 2, and 3, which we'll get to later. Sonic CD is the first game not handled by Yuji Naka main series, at least. Instead, it was handled by Naoto Oshima. And unfortunately, you can see the inexperience. I'm not trying to discredit Naoto, but he really isn't the experience making Sonic CD. Level design is not that fun. Like, for every 5 seconds you try to make a move, you try to go fast, you got hindered by the poor level design. The level design is just all over the place. You got this obstacle in your way, and when you think you'll get over it, there's another one in front of you, hindering you from going your full potential, going very fast. Which brings me to the next problem. Sonic CD, apologize, Sonic CD, the main feature of Sonic CD is traveling to the past and future. Traveling to the past lets you witness the beauty of the nature, and traveling to the future witness the dark, horrifying world controlled by Eggman. While a fun concept, it's not. See, in order to travel past and between past and future, you're gonna have to hit the post, the past future post, and after touching it, you have to make to run for a certain amount of seconds. Doing that only lets you able to just travel. If not, you ain't getting to it. And thanks to the awful level design, I don't know what were they thinking with the level design here, you cannot go full potential. You cannot go full potential at all. Every time you try to make a move, something always stop you in your front of your goddamn way. And if you get hindered, you lose the momentum to go into a time travel feature, and you're gonna have to find another post to try to get back into it again, which is very annoying. Like, you want us to travel to the past to destroy the generator to make a good future for the zone, and here you are on the other side of the spectrum, making really bad level design and just not wanting us to go to the past, not wanting us to time travel. Pick your poison. Do you want to go Do you want to go to the past, or do you want to just not go to the past? That's the question that Sonic Team doesn't seem to understand here. Yeah. But one thing I gotta give credit though is multiple credit though is Sonic Control is pretty good. There's the Super Peel Out, a new feature which I don't see the point of it there. I mean, we already got the spin dash, so there's no point for that, but it was okay. Then we have the beautiful visual. I really like that. I really appreciate the ability for by Sonic Team to just go past and future, making the visual, the atmosphere pretty vibrant and dark. And I really give credit for just going that far to make different songs unique. I really like the soundtrack, the Japanese soundtrack, especially much better. I'm not knocking down on US soundtrack. It's good as well, but the clear winner is the Japanese soundtrack. And of course, introduce Amy, Metal Sonic, which are good addition. But other than that, the level design are just a mess. You start with the Palm Tree Panic, then we have the Pinball level, which I forget the name, Tidal Tempest. That the Pinball level is where everything starts to go downhill. Then we have the Tidal Tempest, Chord Squadron, Wacky Workbench, which is the worst level in the entire Sonic series. Then we have Stardust Speedway, which attempt to fix the problem, but it's already too late. Then we have Metallic Madness. Like I said, if you didn't get good future, you ain't getting the good ending after beating Eggman. The other solution is to try to get 50 rings at the end of each zone, which throws you into this 3D level where you try to destroy the UFO, which I think is better than anything we've seen so far. Better than Sonic 2 Special Stage, and certainly better than Sonic the Hedgehog 1 Special Stage. You go in this 3D area, try to destroy UFO. I say it was a pretty nice special stage for the time being until we get to a later game. But unfortunately, the poor level design really hindered this game from reaching its full potential. I can see the ambitious project, but Sega Sonic Team just ruined it all, unfortunately, so that's why it stays in detail. Then we have more stuff over there. We have, I think, the Sonic Spinball, which is a pinball game. I think this is a Game Gear Master System and the Genesis version. I think it's the Genesis version, so we'll get to that later. Then we have the Robotnik Mean Bean Machine. I think this is the... No, this is the Genesis. Well, I could not see the Genesis and Master System version, so let's pretend this is the Master System version. For a game, there's a reason I put it this high. Well, call it Puyo Puyo. Because of Sonic Mania, many fans returned to this classic game. Many fans, including me, try out Puyo Puyo and Dr. Robotnik Mean Machine. And to be honest, the boss fight in Sonic Mania is actually very unique, and it caught me off guard, and I really like how Christian Whitehead able to just throw some big surprises, including this one. And I really went back to this game, and I appreciate this game even more. I really like the game. I mean, it's a match 3 game, but because of Sonic Mania influence, it deserves to be up here. And so yeah, that is that. Nothing else to say. Sonic Chaos, I heard, is a very bad game on the GameCube, but I never heard play before and probably never will. So you go there. Then we enter 1994. We have Sonic Drift and Sonic Drift 2, which we'll get to later. And it's a pretty basic kart racer, but I'd rather play it over these 3. Yeah, I'd rather put it up here. It's nothing special. There are better kart races later on, but for what it's worth, it's okay. I mean, it's an alternative to Super Mario Kart. I mean, it's just as basic as you can be. It's okay. It's not full of glitches. The level design is good, but nothing really to write home about. But I had fun. Most important thing, I had fun playing this game. The soundtrack is good as well, so that's why it stays 0. I might as well throw in Sonic Drift 2 into the mix as well, including a couple of new characters, some new levels, and that's about it. But it's a whole new thing anyway, so it deserves to be there. Then we have, I think this is a Genesis version of Sonic Spinball. Awful. I want to put Sonic CD below here, but I know people's gonna hate me. As if people that isn't already hate me, isn't angry with me already. And there's some redeeming value, so it stays 0. But Sonic Spinball has none. For a guy who sucked at pinball, I don't know if this is the case, but the physics here are awful. I mean, there are only 4 stages, but if you fail in your particular level, you're gonna start from the first stage, which is annoying. Not to mention, pinball as a whole is all about luck. Sometimes you can be very good, sometimes you just got play like a fiddle and just like an idiot. The game just makes you look like an idiot. The physics are bad. Well, I really actually like the pinball mechanic, but bad physics, unfair difficulty really ruins it for me, and that's why it stays here. The soundtrack aren't that good, and I don't want to talk about it. Then we move on to the next big thing, Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Surprisingly, I don't like it more than Sonic 2. Is it a good game? Yes. But better than Sonic 2? No. While Sonic 2 have most of the levels are pretty enjoyable except for Metropolis, Sonic 3 has more couple of zones they are utter stinker. I mean, we saw Angel Island Zone. And while I agree the game has better presentation, a much better soundtrack, but I still think this one holds up the most. I don't know, I just don't quite enjoy this one and this one. In fact, I actually managed to remember these 3 Sonic games, Sonic 2 soundtrack more than this one. I don't know. Guess I don't like this game. It's a good game, but it's not my favorite. It cannot be top as Sonic 2. Maybe we have Angel Island, Hydro City, apologize. Which is like good levels. Then we have, I don't know what the level do here. Some levels are good, and some levels are bad. Like Carnival Night Zone, Marble Garden Zone, Sandopolis Zone, Flying Battery Zone, which I find to be very complicated and just difficulty for the second half of the game. Yeah, those zones when I think about Sonic 3, I got shiver because those zones really gave me hard time. You could say I have skill issue, but for a guy who beat Sonic 1, 2, and all these games, you couldn't say I have skill issue. Um, I know that you have the lockdown technology, Sonic Knuckles, Sonic 3, but I'm counting Sonic 3 and Knuckles as a whole because it was meant to be a full game, but time constraint split them apart. Yeah, I feel I have more zones that have complicated that just frustrate me, while you attempt to add new mechanic, it didn't really stick with me too much. I actually enjoy the story, kind of different, just transition into each zone. Knuckles just being an idiot, just throws our hero into a different zone. I really like the concept here. I like the addition of elemental shoe, fire shoe, and bubble shoe. Those are good. And a little bit of soundtrack, and that's about it. If compared to Sonic 2, in my opinion, it pales in comparison. I can see why people say Sonic 3 are better, but for me, I would cherish Sonic 2 over 3. Of course, 3 over 1 for sure, but 2 is still on top for me. And no, I don't like the special stage. I'd rather take Sonic CD special stage, Sonic 2 special stage over this one. I don't like the blue sphere level at all. I just don't like it. I did get all 7 Chaos Emerald, never get the Super Emerald. You could say I have skill issue, but for a guy who gets 7 emeralds, I think it's a good achievement already. But I compared to this one and this, the design here aren't my favorite. So sorry. Anyway, still a good game, but nowhere on top. Then we have more of this stuff. I would not include Sonic Knuckles in Sonic 2, and no way, because in the Christian Whitehead version, you can place Knuckles with this motion, so it's unfair to talk about here. Then we have Blue Sphere. If you put Sonic and Knuckles into Sonic 1, you got no way. Don't care. And also Sonic Triple Trouble, which unfortunately cannot rank because I play the 16-bit remake which came out a couple years ago. I really enjoy it, but unfortunately it's not the same as this original version, so it cannot be included in this tier list, and most likely I will never go back to the remake of the game, sorry. Knuckles Chaotix is a game that I want to try one day, don't have the opportunity to check it out yet, so it stays there. Sonic Team, Sega, please re-release Knuckles Chaotix onto modern system because I want to try it. A Sega 32X Ultimate Collection will be awesome. Please, Sega, please. Then we have two other Tales game. Tales. I think this is Tales Adventure, a Metroidvania game, and Tales Skypatrol, like this platformer attack action game. Tales Adventure, which is basically you it's like a Metroidvania. You go this area, some levels are locked, you have to come back to this area later on, go to this down to this area, then go back to this area to get enough items and go back to this area to unlock the area. And as a guy who loves Metroid, Castlevania, and some other indie Metroidvania, I really like this game. The soundtrack are good, and the gameplay is pretty decent as well. Then again, I love Tails as a character, so my bias could be in play. And also, Tails just commit war crime by just throwing a bunch of different bombs into different enemies. Tails commit war crime. Remember that. Then we have Tails Skypatrol, which is a good game as well. You fly around with the rings as Tails' main weapon. You throw around different direction to defeat enemy, to hook on different areas, to clear obstacles, to progress to the next area, while being an auto-scroller. The auto-scroller didn't bother me that much, unlike Sonic the Hedgehog 1 Master System. Along your way, you can have to collect different candies because Tails, of course, will get tired, and somehow Tails will only replenish his health by consuming candy. I don't know how it works, but Tails can have diabetes if he didn't stop eating candy. kind of remind me of Adventure Island, where this guy had to eat fruits to stay alive. I don't know. Overall, it's a pretty fun concept, and I really wish it got ported to modern console. I know, like, I think it was included in the collection, the Sonic Mega collection, but I don't count collection as part of the game, so please make it happen, Sega. I want a Sega Ultimate Collection again. Then we have nothing else to show here, as far as I know. This is nothing else. Oh, Sonic CD, Sonic Schoolhouse off game. I don't understand why this game exists. Every time I think about Sonic Schoolhouse nowadays, it reminds me of certain game, educational game, that with this angry teacher that punishes you if you answer math wrongly. That gave me PTSD, and that's why this game scared me as well. And the graphic didn't hold up well. It's a tedious educational game, and I don't think any kids, any Sonic fans, any diehard Sonic fans, which is kids, were willing to learn math from Sonic in this nightmare feel of a game. Anyway, continuing on, Sonic 3D Blast states it off with as well. This game gave me motion sickness. The way the camera moves around sporadically with Sonic just moving very sensitively in this isometric point of view, it really made me disorienting. I don't know about you, this is not skill issue, but more of my just current health status. I don't know what's wrong, but every time I try this, doesn't matter which year I try to come back to this game many times, I always just feel motion sickness, and I'm sorry, it stays awful. I want to give the game a chance, but it just didn't work for me. That's gonna be for 1997. Sonic Extreme. No, not gonna play it because it's a supposedly first 3D Sonic game, but it was scrapped due to development hell, so it doesn't make sense to rank it, and I would never talk about this game anyway. Sonic R, everybody do the sub, everybody super Sonic racing, living in a city, you know. First off, the soundtracks are good. If you hate it, then shut your mouth, because the soundtracks are good. I really like the visual, it's vibrant in colors, the graphics are pretty nice for its time, and it still holds up in some way. I like the character models, I like the soundtrack like I said, I like the course design and the environment. As a racing game though, it's not that good. Yeah, sure, the controls might be sensitive, might be very hard to control, might take some time to get used to, and the requirement to beat the game is tedious. Like, you need to collect specific amount of emblem rings to unlock the specific area, find the Chaos Emerald, bring it to the finish line in first, only to beat the track, which is very ridiculous. But whenever I play this game, I always think of the happy times. Soundtracks, the graphics really sold me as a whole. And the gameplay just took some time to get used to. And if you ignore the requirement to beat the game, I really like Sonic R. I like it, so that's why it stays in A. I think we're done with 1997. Is this a game conversion? I heard it's lots of bad thing. Never play it, and I'm glad I'll never talk about it. Yeah. Then we enter the September 9, 1999. Sonic enters into 3D for the first time, and I'm gonna say right here, before Frontiers came out, before Frontiers even exists, I would say Sonic Adventure 1 is the 3D Sonic game. The best 3D Sonic game is the Sonic 3D Sonic game that should be 3D. The one that Sega should take note of. The gameplay is just perfect. I really like the concept of these different characters just playing differently. You got Sonic, which is you basically just run around the level, reach the finish line. Tails, where he plays like a race, try to finish the race before Sonic does. Amy getting chased by Omega, while try to run, try to get to the checker flag. Knuckles, his gameplay is the most unique one. Having him to find the shattered master emerald pieces. Some and YB is easy to find. I actually like the concept of just traveling around the map to just find the pieces. Something that was improved in Sonic Adventure 2, but we'll get to that later. Then we have Omega, which is just like an action shooter, which is really very fun. And Big the Cat fishing level, which is not bad. I don't understand the hate. I don't think the game is janky. I don't understand why. It's not the fishing minigame is bug, it's glitch. It's still fun. It is the easiest one to finish the game. You need some time. You need some patience to catch Froggy. It's easy, so I don't understand why Sonic people hate it. But back to Sonic Adventure. I love Sonic Adventure. It's the best Sonic game. This is how 3D Sonic games should be. I really like this setting around this square, this city. This hub world to explore. Different hub world get different representation, different atmosphere, along with different soundtracks, which are very memorable, iconic. You got this really long storyline. Sometimes flashback to Takao and the Echidna tribe, and we got new villain Chaos, and just instead of just being the typical Eggman, I thought it was a refreshing idea. The level design is good. Sonic controls pretty well, and if I say if Sonic controls much better, I mean here the controls a little slippery. If they fix it, it will be a 10 out of 10 masterpiece. It's already a masterpiece, that's why I rank it up here. But for what it's worth, if it can fix control, I would put it. It will probably be the best Sonic game I ever played. Level design is good. The camera is good as well. It didn't do anything to mess you over. Yeah. If you play it. When you beat all the Sonic characters, which are very very diverse, and I like it. You unlock the final story to beat Perfect Chaos, with the one of the most craziest soundtrack. Open your heart, it's gonna be alright. Yeah. I really like this one big movie adventure thing. Sonic Adventure feels like an adventure, a good one. Every character got their moment to shine, and I really like the controls, I really like the gameplay, and Sega Sonic Team know what they're doing. Like I said, the controls will be even better if they can fix control, but that's just my opinion. Then we continue on. I always want to try the Neo Geo Sonic, but I never have a chance, so one day I'll check it out. Until there's that. Then we have one of the worst Sonic game ever made as well, Sonic Shuffle. I mean, as a party game, I know it's supposed to be more fun with friends. I don't have friends, but you don't need to have friends to know that this game is literally unfair. Like, oh my goodness me, where do I even begin with this trash? Sonic Shuffle is basically Mario Party, but you crank what Sega cranked the difficulty to just 100% brutality. Like, okay, the AI can seem to understand all your moves, they know what you're gonna do, and always do everything from you to progress, which is just ridiculous. You don't see this party game any other party game doing this cheating mechanic. The minigames aren't that fun, and the story is just stupid. Like, Sonic and friends are just summoned to just help this thing to bring back peace, and they don't deserve to be in this situation. Sonic Shuffle is an attempt to try to copy Mario Party, and it failed very hard. Sonic Drift tried to copy Super Mario Kart, but at least those two are good. Sonic Shuffle? No. And then we're done with 2000, going to 2001. We have, of course, Sonic Adventure 2, which I'm gonna put it. I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate, but I really don't like it. It's the same thing as Sonic 3 with Sonic 2. I like Sonic 2 more than Sonic 3, and I like Sonic Adventure 1 more than Sonic Adventure 2. Sonic Adventure 2 is I spend less time with. Sonic Adventure 1, I always come back to this game from time to time to beat it. Not the same thing as Sonic Adventure 2. I did beat this game multiple times, but not as much as Sonic Adventure 1. First off, they took away the diversity of characters. Like in Sonic Adventure 1, you have Sonic, Tails, Amy, Knuckles, Omega, um, um, Big the Cat, forget his name. All they have that moment to shine, that's able to bring different uniqueness to the game. Sonic Adventure 2 doesn't do it. We're just limited to 3 characters. I know technically we have 6, but 3 only have different playstyle. You got Sonic Shadow with their speed level, Tails, Eggman with their max stages, Knuckles Rouge with a treasure hunting stage. I wish, we get the villains here got the different playstyle, like what Sonic Adventure 1 would do, but it didn't. The gameplay wise, it's an improvement. It's everything I need from Sonic Adventure 1. The gameplay is better, level design are better, soundtrack are much more better, rolling around at the speed of sound. It's what I want from Sonic Adventure 1, but unfortunately Sonic Adventure 2 doesn't deliver it. Sure, the story is much more engaging, but like I said, I want to play different playstyle. The game just doesn't serve its uniqueness. We play back and forth. We got 2 story mode, the hero mode and the dark mode to unlock the final story mode, which is a cool concept, but when you play that, I wish we have different playstyle, like which go around to just have a different playstyle than Knuckles, Shadow have different playstyle than Sonic, Eggman just, why is he, it makes sense, Eggman is stuck in a mech, but Tails? Why does he need a mech? It doesn't make sense. Yeah, all the controls are pretty good. The mech stages are throwback to Omega from Sonic Adventure 1. And treasure hunting stages 0 are much better than Sonic Adventure 1. They are larger, the maps are bigger, you have more possibility to explore the area, but sometimes the levels are just way too big to have you find anything. Like Death Chamber, like the first few zone, I have no problem finding the Master Emerald in a couple minutes, but starting from Death Chamber, the level design is confusing and I could not see myself going anywhere to find the Master Emerald. But that's not the worst part. The worst part is that, Meteor Hot, Mad Space, Security Hall. I have 5 minutes, I think less than 5 minutes to just find the Master Emerald with a strict time limit, and of course I did not do it, and that's what really drags down this game as a whole. Sonic, Tails, all good, but the treasure hunting stages really took a beating. I just don't like the treasure hunting stages after Death Chamber. Post Death Chamber is where everything got downhill. Like this cool mechanic like Mad Space, this upside down space mechanic, really disorienting me, and just the map's already big enough. You introduce this mechanic, just really throws me off. Although it ends with a satisfying ending, with Sonic and the Shadow team out together, that was a good highlight of the game. But I wish there was more to it. I wish there was more to it, like Sonic Adventure 1, if you know what I mean. As a result, I never really played too much. When I come back to Sonic Adventure 3D Sonic game, this one is I spend the least time compared to this one, which I spent the most time with, unfortunately. I know people can hate me, but I don't like Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic 3. Just say. Oh yeah, time for Sonic Advance. The Game Boy Advance game. It's what Sonic 4 should have been. Like before Mania, this is what the closer we got to Sonic 4. It was the DIMS, developer instead of Sonic Team, and I have to I have to just say it again. Sonic Team did not make Sonic Advance, it was DIMS. DIMPS. Not Sonic Team, so please stop confusing them. DIMS respect the traditional of Sonic 2D era, and they respond by making a better 2D Sonic level. Just you got different character control, well, thank goodness, just like Sonic Adventure, Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy got their different playstyle, which I respect, which I adore. Thank you, Dims. Level design are better, Neo Green Hill, Secret Base, Casino Paradise, Ice Mountain, Ice Paradise Sonic Advance 2. Let me say again. Neo Green Hill, Secret Base, Casino Paradise, Ice Mountain, Angel Island, Egg Rocket. Those are just, you can see creativity by Dims. Although it's the same thing as Sonic 1, well, actually they try to be different with their different play style, a different environment. They try very hard to be different than this one, and I can say Dims succeed. You got really good controls, every character is controlled pretty well. You don't just run around, jump to attack the enemies. Each character also equipped with a different attack. Sonic can roll to kill enemy. Knuckles can kill enemy with the fist. Tails can do it with the tails, and Amy can do it with the hammer. Each character plays so differently. You can just pretty much rank them according to the difficulty. Tails is the easiest, Amy is the hardest, and they take different strategy to try to manage the game. Yeah, I know some levels also had rough edges, but that's a small part. For the most part, the game is good. I liked how you enter the special stage by just finding a bounce pad, to enter them. Although I hate the special stage, the Game Boy Advance is not ready for 3D elements, and it shows here. I really don't like the special stage, but that doesn't stop me from putting Sonic Advance up right here. It does not stop me. Soundtracks are good, level design are good, and Dims understand what makes Sonic good to begin with. So yeah, Sonic Advance. But unfortunately, I cannot say the same with Sonic Advance 2. I say it's the worst among the trilogy, and I will put it in B tier. C tier, unfortunately. I'm gonna put in D tier. I'm gonna get hate. While Sonic Advance, first one, encourage you to go fast, Sonic Advance 2 turn things around and punishes you if you go fast. Like, if you go way too fast, you get punished. Like, the first few zones, you start off by running very fast, and you can do, like, you can see this Mirage following by Sonic if you go fast enough, which is a night touch. You can do tricks in the air. I adore it. I respect them so doing the same and add some addition while keeping it the same as Sonic Advance 1. The controls are good, the gameplay is still solid, but all of it changes when you reach Sky Canyon. If you try to go fast, anything from Sky Canyon and beyond, if you try to go fast, you get punished. I don't know why. If you go fast, there are a bunch of bottomless pits, lots of traps that will catch you off guard, and since you're going too fast, you get punished. You get punished. Like, I'm serious here, I'm not joking. I want to go fast, this game tells me to do it, and I got punished, which is stupid. And then, the worst part is that if you want to get into the special stage, forget about trying to find balance pad. You have to find 7 special keys, bring it to the line, and then you will enter the special stage. I never do it anytime before because, like I said, this game tells you to go fast. Why would you slow down to find special keys? That's just wrong. There's no balance at all between going fast and slowing down. Pick your poison. You go fast, you get punished. You go slow, you get punished, because this game intentionally is to make you go very fast. But in the end, they just ruin it somehow. And I really got very frustrated trying to beat this game. I actually beat it a couple of times, but not as much as these 3 and these games here. Oh yeah, the bosses can be brutal as well. The levels are just the bosses, some bosses, especially Ice Paradise, are just way brutal. It's just anything beyond that is just brutal. So yeah, I gonna get hate for this. I don't care. It's probably the worst among the trilogy. But fortunately, whereas Sonic Advance 3 fixes every problem with the game. Was this? No, this is Sonic. No, there it is. I just put Sonic Mega Collection Plus on the line. Um, Sonic Advance 3. Thank goodness teams learned from the mistake of the second game. Now you don't get punished, although the levels can be a little inconsistent, especially at the end of stages. It's the same thing as Sonic 1 to 3. Level design is okay for the most part. Gameplay is okay. The controls are solid. You can team up with different characters to have different combination to access different areas in each levels. I actually enjoy it. Like you can there's a different the hub world to enter different levels, to do some mini game, to swap between characters. I actually like the concept. It expand more on Sonic Advance, and I respect it. But remember when I say Tarzan is the equivalent of Sonic Advance 3 and not for the good reason? Well, oh boy. The final few levels are just all over the place. It's as if Dims ran out of idea to make a good level and just decided to refer to the drawing board and just go along with whatever they have on their mind. Like the base one, I think, and the one filled with white blinding background. That's when everything went downhill. Then we have Cosmic Angel, which just throws us on a strolling level in the final act. Like, why? Why would you do that? Like, the levels just become way too hard, similar to Sonic Advance 2. But it was electric stages, so this one's only the midpoint. But this one, Dim's trick play into thinking the game is good. But the final few zone just throw a bunch of stuff and punishes you for every mistake you make that you did not see coming. Cosmic Angel got a lot of death traps. The base, the white background base, I forgot the name, have this mechanic like from Sonic Advance. You could travel around this warp thing that makes you go different areas. Like they're just trying to copy your Sonic Advance, and you don't see it in any previous zone. I mean, for Sonic Advance 1, I respect it for having a good concept, but as we come to Sonic Advance 3, they just reuse everything that's for Sonic Advance 2, 1, and just put it together with Sonic Advance 3. As a result, the conclusion is just disappointing to say the least. And it kind of ruined the game a little bit, but it didn't ruin as much as Sonic Advance 2. And also, in order to collect this Chaos Emerald, you're gonna have to find all 10 Chow scattered across each level. Your Chow, the amount of Chow you collected will be recorded into the hub world, so you won't have to worry about missing if you miss any. And one thing the special stage did well is it doesn't rush you. It doesn't start you off with 3, 2, 1, go right away. You can just start off at any moment you want, and you can just go along with the pace you want it, and that's why it stays up here. I recommend Sonic Advance 1 and 3 over 2, and I'm gonna get a lot of hate. I don't care. No, not a bad game, but the lateral stages just feels like Steams just does not care at all. Then we have a bunch of Java games for Japanese phones which I never heard before. Then we have Sonic Mega Collection. Sonic Pinball Party did play it. I mean, it's as basic as Sonic Spinball, but did nothing to just change the fact that I suck at pinball. It's as if I'm bad at pinball and I have to deal with the fate I mean, it's okay. The controls are good. I like. Okay, the dogs are just upset with my opinion on Sonic Advance 2. I don't care. There are a couple boards, from somebody Amigo. And what was the other one? I forget. Like, like somebody Amigo got some appearance here, which is a good thing. There's some story mode, but overall, it's still a fun game. But I suck at pinball, so that's why it stays here. Yeah, going on. Sonic Heroes. Unfortunately, I want to like Sonic Heroes, but man, Sonic Heroes. I like it. First of all, I like Sonic Heroes. I like. I there's a reason people say it's Sonic Adventure 3. I can see why. You got 4 groups of teams to choose from. Team Sonic, Team Rose, Team Dark, and Team Chaotix all have different playstyle, which are lacking from Sonic Adventure 2. Thank you for actually giving different playstyle for Sonic Adventure 3, quote unquote. Sonic Heroes is a game I really like. If I'm gonna put it up right here. Yeah, Sonic Heroes is everything I needed from Sonic 3D Sonic. Level design is good, memorable, and I really like the team up mechanics. Sonic can go fast, Tails can fly, and Knuckles can punch, etc. Apply for other characters, and you got this. And I really glad that Sega know what to do with some of the characters. So yeah, I mean, it could be Sonic Adventure 1, but one problem. I mean, I like the level design, different zone that we travel are good as well. But wait, okay, nothing is worse than a pinball game. I wish I could like this game, but the controls. The controls being the biggest offender again. I'm playing the PlayStation 2 version and I heard it's the worst version due to the frame rate. I don't care. All I know is that the controls are very slippery. It's very sensitive, and controlling Sonic to go make a movement, you just make drastic movement, and it can be very unsatisfying and just frustrating. Especially at later level like Rail Canyon, Egg Fleet. Oh boy, and the Haunted Mansion level. Oh boy, the joystick just, I don't know, maybe it could just me, but the controls are very slippery. And I just fall to my death multiple times. It's like Sonic Adventure, but much worse in terms of sensitivity. And that hinders me from completing it. But I somehow did struggle to... Oh, this is the PC version. But I did struggle my way to actually beat the game. But that's about it. I only beat Sonic Team Campaign. But... I never beat Sonic Team... I did beat Team Rose and stop. Because Team Dark, believe it or not, and Team Chaotix are just basically the hard mode, and because of the controls, I just threw in the towel and just gave up. I like the game. I like different characters have different difficulties. Team Chaotix have their different play style. I actually like it, but man, the controls could be better, and I don't want to beat all 4 teams to unlock the final true story. I can agree it's still a good game. Sonic Hero is a good game. But I wish the control is better. Maybe the PC, Xbox, GameCube version are better. I don't know. Sonic Adventure DX. I have the game on Steam. I want to rank it as, you know what, F it. And it looks terrible compared to this one, but it's still as good as, yeah, as this one, as good as new. So yeah, Sonic 2 Adventure Battle, which is also on Steam as well. So you go here, and that's it. Anyway, continuing on. We can. What else? We can. Oh, Sega Superstar Tennis. I don't think I'll count that because I never played too much tennis. I don't know why Sonic X is here. Like, I don't know why the TV show is here. Like, okay. Oh yeah, Sonic Battle. A really cool beat 'em up here. But it gets very repetitive. Like, oh, we beat this character, and now we're gonna have to fight another one, and then do this again, and then again, and again. Trying to pad out the game, which is very frustrating and not fun at all. Like, I enjoy myself some beat 'em up. I enjoy Streets of Rage more than Final Fight. I actually like some beat 'em up, like Battletoads. But Sonic Battle is when I realize this game can be too repetitive. Like, I'd rather just beat a character, move on to the next level, but no, you can throw me more characters on me to fight on the same map, and it gets redundant. Full credit, I like the story mode, I like the robot emo or something, I don't know how they pronounce his name, but the repetitiveness really doesn't want to make me continue the game, so sorry. Continuing on, that's gonna be for 2005, 2004. Oh boy, this is where the Dark Age comes in, isn't it? I don't like this game. I really don't like this game at all. For some reason, people want Sonic to have a gun. Well, luckily they give to Shadow the Hedgehog, and now he's the most edgiest hedgehog in the universe. Sounds cool on paper, but it's not. We got aliens for no apparent reason. Shadow just being dragged into this battle, this conflict for no reason. You know, he wants to walk away, but he was dragged into this mess, and we can have to clear the 5 different endings to get that one true ending. Sounds good on paper, but it's not. The controls are way too sensitive. The camera movement are just way too jerky. I just don't like it. It's the same syndrome as Sonic Heroes, but make it darker and gritty. The story is dark, nonsensical. I know there's something to do with the Ark and Maria, but that doesn't save the game from being just bland and empty and dark. Well, I enjoy some really dark games, but Shadow the Hedgehog is not one of them. Because of the very sensitive control and the awkward camera controls, I find myself struggling to get anywhere beyond the hero or villain path. I did beat the game on neutral with lots of struggling, and that's about it. Everything else was just hit or miss, and one could wonder if Sega Sonic team did not rush the game, maybe it would be better. And because of all the weird bad controls, you trying to get into hero or dark villain mode is not fun at all. Kill X amount of villain, kill X amount of aliens, just to get the ending that is not canon, just to get to the final ending. It doesn't worth it. I'd rather play something else. Like, I don't know, I'd rather play Sonic Advance 2 and suffer rather than playing this very bland game. Yeah, Shadow the Hedgehog is not a good game, unfortunately. Then we go to 2006. This is the supposedly horrible GBA Genesis game. No, I can't be worse than Pinball. I suck at Pinball, and it's personal. If you hate yourself, I don't need to explain. You understand why. Then we have the worst Sonic game ever, the worst one to kill. They supposedly kill the entire series. If you say that in 2023, please live. It's nowhere near as bad. I played it myself on the PlayStation 3 many years ago. It was not that bad. I like the cool concept of just time traveling, meeting different characters, but the story is cringy. Really, really cringy between Sonic and Elise. Elise getting kidnapped multiple times. It's just get tired very quickly. I know we have Shadow, Zero, and Sonic, 2 different characters. Well, cool concept, but it's no use. The game is just full of bugs. That's what happened when you try to rush a game if it's full of bugs. It wasn't until I played Project 06, the supposed fan remake of the game, that makes me appreciate the game even more. And after coming back from the perspective, Sonic 06 is nowhere that bad. It's not that bad. Yes, I know reviewers can make fun of this game many times, but as a whole, it's not a bad game. If only Sega Sonic team did not rush the game, if Yuji Naka didn't left midway through this development, maybe this game will be better. And considering the whole timeline was reset at the end of the game, meaning none of this stuff ever happened. So this game is not bad. So, you go to A tier, it's not bad at all. People need to shut up. So yeah, there's that. Wow, I got more than an hour talking halfway through the game, so I better hurry. Then we go to spin-off. In 2006, not just Sonic 06 was released, but a really cool hoverboard racing game called Sonic Riders. A really cool racing game, better than Sonic Drift and Sonic Drift 2, a little better than Sonic R concept, or just racing against your other characters in a futuristic city on a hoverboard is something never done before. I like the visual, I like the atmosphere, I like the gameplay. I actually like this and more lots of stuff with Sonic Riders, but it will be much better. It will be on S tier, a best Sonic game tier, if I know what to do. Yes, I know. You know what I'm talking. There's no tutorial, the deep tutorial to teach me what to do. I don't have the manual, so I don't know if there's a guide to play the game. And after lots of trial and error, then only I was able to play the game to the fullest. And that's what hold me back from really liking this game even more. If I know what to do, if I got more controls, I got being taught what to do, like refueling, riding on the air, performing tricks, how to just get through some obstacles, maybe I would like this game even more. But the rest, I like it. The soundtracks are futuristic, the gameplay is really solid, the visuals are stunning, story-wise it's stupid but comically funny as well. I still can't fathom the fact that Sonic gave all the Chaos Emerald to Eggman. Like, Eggman, hey, let's do a Grand Prix, but the entry fee is the Chaos Emerald. And Sonic just gave it to him. Seriously, Sonic? Why? I don't know. But Sonic Brotherhood is a good game. The sequel though, Sonic Survivor Zero Gravity, could be a good game, but man, it's a B tier. Oh no, you can't be worse than Sonic 06. I wish Sonic Riders Zero Gravity is as entertaining as the first game. Like, don't get me wrong, the gameplay is solid, the visual is stunning, and also I gotta mention the fact that the two intros, the soundtrack, Gravitify are bangers. I really like the art style, the animations, really good. But I wish, it ain't broke. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Type of thing. That's what Sonic Riders Zero Gravity is. But I wish if the game is a little challenging. Sonic Riders could be tough without manual, but when you learn it, it's still a challenging game, and I love me some challenge. But this one is just play too safe. You don't need to try too hard to beat the game, and you already beat the game. That's it, you can complete the game in like one sitting and just call it a day. Like, I know there's new mechanic like the zero gravity, like at certain section, you can levitate in the air, touching some of the levitated stuff to boost yourself forward, and also collecting a certain amount of rings in each race to upgrade your hoverboards. I like it, but the game as a whole is just way too easy. I wish it was as good as this one, but unfortunately it's not, so that's why you stay here. I'm sorry. I want to like you, but you're too easy. Still a good game. Then we move on to another racing game which is not fun. Where were they? Oh, Sonic Rivals 1 and 2 are not fun. It's very bland, and I don't want to talk about. It's repetitive as Sonic Battle. You pick, you got talk with the characters, race against them, and that's it. I mean, it's less entertaining. I mean, they run on foot, but less entertaining as Sonic. Oh, it's a bland racing game with not much effort. Just somehow even managed to get a sequel. I don't know how, but they did get a sequel, which is very equally bland as well. They got voice acting, but once again, when you play like 10 minutes again, you don't want to touch it again. It's repetitive. And not for the good reason. So yeah, nothing else to say. I don't want to talk about this game. I mean, it's a mediocre game, not even good, so don't try it out. Then I think we're done with 2006. Oh yeah, Sonic Rush. Oh, I missed out Sonic Rush. Unfortunately, I never played Sonic Rush yet. Surprise, surprise. It's in my bucket list, but I never played Sonic Rush at all. I'm serious, I haven't played Sonic Rush. Every time I want to say I want to do it, I end up forgetting it, so apologize for my ignorance. I never played Sonic Rush and Sonic Rush Adventure. One day I will do it, that's for sure, but now I haven't get to it, so yeah, sorry. There's Sonic and Secret Rings and Sonic and the Black Knight. Haven't played it. Because I don't have a Wii. I heard bad things about the game, so I guess I'm lucky to not touch it. Even though I heard Black Knight is a good battle game, but I have no desire to try it. Unless say they like to port them to Switch. I don't see myself playing them. What else? Oh yeah. Sonic Chronicles, made from the same person who made Dead Space. No, Mass Effect. Why do I say Dead Space? So rest in peace, Visceral Games. Oh gosh, I don't know how they fumble it. Oh god. The worst RPG I play in my life. I know I'm not a big RPG fan, but as a Sonic fan, I did play this out of curiosity. Everyone knows why it's bad. Music is bad, the gameplay is bad, and sometimes the controls are unresponsive, and the fact that the story left on a cliffhanger. This game could have a big potential, but it didn't. It didn't, and that's a shame as well. Anyway, that's about it for that, and we go on to Sonic Unleashed. In my opinion, the best 3D Sonic game to date. The visual is awesome. From the moment the intro kicks in, you are in for an awesome ride. Where I put, you are in for an awesome, super duper ride. Movie quality, cutscene, it's just brilliant. What's next? Probably the best 3D level Sonic game. Still behind Sonic Adventure, but in terms of boost Sonic, it takes a crowd. I like boosting around. I like going very fast. The levels are well designed. I just really enjoy it. I think this is the best iteration of Boost Sonic. If anyone asks me, I say the Boost Sonic. This is the best game to represent the Boost era. This is the one that represents the Boost era. While some levels boost too fast and you messed up, but the game as a whole is still enjoyable. The Warhawk stages though is another story. You say it's the same case as Sonic Battle. Yeah, you could say it's repetitive, but it's not repetitive. Almost. Like, I really like South Sonic. Sega just try to do something different here with Sega Sonic team do different things here with the day and night cycle. Like day Sonic you can play as the boost era and night time as the beat 'em up. For my opinion, because I love beat 'em up, I don't see this as a mistake. I actually like the battle. I like slaying some of the creatures, I actually like it. Yeah, I actually like it. But it can be monotonous. Hearing this dun 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 dun. You know that you know what I'm talking about. Like some kind of murder mystery music you hear. That just give me that vibe. I wish they have different music, but overall the night stages are serviceable. No bugs. Controls pretty well. It's okay. One thing I don't like is the metal grinding. Like, you got this big hub world which this PS2 version don't have, but the the PS3 version, which is the one I own, had it. And if we run, which actually adds more immersiveness to the game. Talk to the folks around the town, exploring. I actually like it. As well, Sonic Unleashed, I think I put the both versions up here as well. Well, Sonic Unleashed PS2 version, just point and click adventure in the hub world. One thing I like is that the next stages are slightly shorter than the HD version. There's no Empire City, which is a good and bad thing. If you want to get to the game quickly, which is a good thing. You don't have to grind for medal here in the PS2 version, because when you finish a level, you get the medal and you can proceed to the next one. Both have their cons and good. Of course, HD version have better graphics. The PS2 version looks downgraded. The PS2 version, the stages aren't as fun, but the next stages are much more fun. And the boss fight in PS2 version are really fun as well. Eggman Land in PS2 version is much more fun than the PS3 version. Best boost era game, and I really like the night stages. I like Sonic Unleashed. I don't understand why people hate it. I get people don't like the night Warhawk design, but for a game, it's okay. I like Sonic Unleashed. One of the most cleanest, beautiful, and most stylistic game. That's what I gotta say. Something that was yet to be taught to this day. Even Frontiers, but we'll get to that. I can't say too much Frontiers because I don't want to spoil the game, but we'll get to that. There's a Java version, serviceable. Nothing right on the bell, but it's just much more fun than these games below, but nothing right on the bell. Continuing on. I think that's all about it for it. I think that's it. 2007, 2008. Never played the Olympic Games, so I'm not gonna rank them, and that's about it for 2009. Yeah, nothing else to talk about. We entered 2010, which is a decade ago. I missed the 2010, the best decade. We got Sonic Sega All-Star Racing and Sonic Racing Transform, the two best racing game I ever played, better than Sonic R, unfortunately. And fortunately, Sonic Sega All-Star Racing, not just Sonic himself, but also characters from other Sega franchises. The gameplay is more vibrant, each franchise got their representations, lots of things to do, and a really fun game as a whole. Sumo Digital, the same developer who made Outrun 2, Outrun 2006, and F109, which I already covered previously. No, I'm not gonna just give too much. Like, if you know, you know. And the mobile version is not too shabby either, so I'm gonna throw in the mobile version. Yeah, here. Yeah, here. At least the mobile version. I rather play the mobile version. It got more replay value compared to this. I'm sorry. Not sorry. Got more ports, not gonna talk about them. And Sonic 4 Episode 1, the mobile Wii PC. Not that it matters. I mentioned before I played the Sonic 4 on mobile was the version that I was the first to get exposed to. It's the same and it's trash. For a game that calls itself Sonic 4, you expect it's gonna be as good as the first three games. No, absolutely not. Somehow Dims managed to fumble this time. I guess they ran out of ideas to make a good sequel Sonic Advance 3 after they somehow ran out of idea in Sonic Advance 3 conclusion. Maybe that's the point, but TLDR, I already made a review on this game last year. The control sucks. Sonic have no momentum whatsoever. If you let it go, it stops right away. Levels are uninspiring, carbon copy of the first games, while Sonic Advance also do that, but at least try to be different. Sonic 4 doesn't do anything to try it. There's some new mechanic like running on the ball in the Lost Ruin level, the minecart section, the pinball one in casino level. But other than that, because of the bad controls, it wasn't fun to traverse through that. The music, two of them are actually only good, and the rest is just meh. There's no point coming back to this game. It sucks. But the only good thing I can say is that, in fact, the only good thing that prevents me from putting in awful is that the special stage. Unlike Sonic 1, where you rely on luck to try to get the Chaos Emerald, here you can actually control the maze. You rotate whichever direction you want to control Sonic, and tap the screen to vibrate so that in case Sonic gets stuck. And actually, I wish I enjoyed this way even more. I actually enjoyed the special stage. The only good thing about this thing though, so that's why it stays in D. All this had nothing good to talk about, so sorry. Sonic 4 is a bad game, but not as bad as what people say. But I will not go back to this game, it sucks. Yeah, 2010. Oh yeah, Sonic Colors. I don't own a Wii. Was there the PS4 version? It did have a PS4 version. And that's how I was able to play the game. So yeah, let's continue on. Yeah, I haven't played the DS version yet of Sonic Colors. I don't know why. I promised myself to play the game, but I never play it, so it's my bucket list. I will get to this game one day, don't worry. For now, no. That's about it for 2011. 2010. Oh, this is the mobile port. No, I don't know what I just rank. I think it's a PC port that I rank. Okay then, whatever. I'm just gonna throw a random here, not that it matters. And then we have 2011. Sonic Generation. Never played the 3DS, but the main version. Guess the second best Boost era game. But unfortunately, I'm gonna have to put in C. Okay, I'm just gonna put it here. That's here. I didn't say this game is bad. I like the inclusion to celebrate the anniversary of Sonic. The 20-year anniversary. We got classic Sonic with his traditional 2D gameplay and 3D Sonic with his 3D level, which are really fun, but felt too short, and that's my problem. I want more of this game. I wish they make a new game with this mechanic. Like, they already perfected the Boost 3D Sonic game, like Unleashed, but this game right here is way too short, and by the time you were having fun, it's already over. And considering this was meant to be an anniversary game, looking back now, it really nothing else to say. You can't play as other characters. All of them got kidnapped by the time either. You can play as them. You can only play as classic Sonic and more than Sonic. There's not much to it when you beat the game. That's it. Or there's some challenge to do. There really didn't hold me that much to do about it. And when I finish a game, although a good game, I never have no desire to try it again. It's in my collection, just collecting dust, unfortunately. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna. Yeah, I let too harsh putting a C. Yeah, it's the same problem as Zero Gravity is just, I like the remixes of some of the tracks, you know, a throwback. But it's like just like Zero Gravity, just wait. This one's too easy. This one's just too short. Yeah, that's that. There's that. Yeah. Continuing on. Never played the 3DS version. I don't own a 3DS. Probably will not try it out. I don't know. Unless Sega decide to port this game to Switch. There's the mobile ports. I play the Sonic Gems collection, which contain this game, so that's how I play it. So I'm not gonna rank that. Yeah, that's it for 2011, 2012, Sonic 4 Episode 2, and attempt to fix everything from Sonic 1, but it's still the same thing anyway. It's there. I mean, still taking inspiration from Sonic 2, from the classic Sonic game. Nothing new was added. I like the dual mechanic of Tails, Sonic working together. The visual is better, and that's about it. There's really nothing else to talk about. It's the same thing, but the damage has been done, and it's just forgettable. And that's the reason I don't want to talk about this game again. And there's Episode Metal, which is a DLC. Same day, controls are good, but by the time we try, it's already too late. We don't have Sonic 4 Episode 3. Poor Knuckles. Yeah, so there's that. 2012. Done. Oh yeah, Sonic Jump, a fun mobile game where you tilt your device just like do the jump. You know something's very wrong, but I'd rather play a mobile game over this game again. Actually, it's the same thing anyway. I mean, you can tap the screen to do a double jump, and that's about it. So I might get a scream for this, but I think this is more fun than these games can buy. Then we have Sonic Dash. Oh yeah, there's a mobile version of Sonic Racing Transform, but I'm not gonna talk about that. Sonic Dash is also fun, more fun than this one for a game. But running when Sonic just running with a mobile game about endless runner, it's a pretty cool, unique concept. It fits perfectly, swiping around. You didn't take yourself too seriously. You try to run as long as possible. For a mobile game, it was pretty decent. And in fact, I don't like Sonic Jump. Just kidding. So it stays here, but Sonic Dash had me playing for hours. Yeah, swipe up, down, swipe to jump, down to dash, and do the homing attack. I like this mechanic. I really like the mechanic. And for mobile game, it was pretty decent. You didn't try anything to just do the wow factor. Continuing on. Oh yeah, Sonic Lost World. One of the most anticipated game, and it's not bad. I'm gonna say right here, it's not bad at all. I like the concept, just this planet, this discovering a planet, a lost world. The story is stupid. I don't like the Deadly Six, but I like the game. A lot of people say it copies Super Mario Galaxy, which I never played. But wow, I actually like the way the game actually plays here. Like, for one way, I don't know how to say, but I'm gonna try to summarize. You got a side-scrolling level, which did not suck for once. You got this scrolling level, this pseudo 2D, 3D level. You got this 3D level. We run around this spherical, sphere-like level. I actually like a good concept of it. You can just do a parkour on the wall to run. It was a good concept. I haven't played for years, that's why I try to remember things. Soundtracks are good. It was a cool concept, but it did not hit well. I don't think it's a bad game. I don't think so. The only thing I don't like is the Deadly Six. The villains are forgettable. Sonic is an idiot to Tails. Yeah, but overall, Sonic Lost World is a good game. Never played a 3DS version. I heard it's bad. I don't know. So I'll put it there just in case. Yeah, that's it for 2013. 2014. Oh yeah, they make another version for Sonic Jump. Which is a little pay to win here with microtransaction. I really played this one over this one, so I mean they're pretty much a good time waster. But Sonic Dash is probably the best official mobile game. That doesn't count ports. Yeah, so there's that. I wish I own a Wii U, but I don't own a Wii U. Unless Sega decide to port this game to PC and want a console to and joke around that this game exists so that people will not forget about it. I don't think I would try this. I don't own a Wii U. Like Wii U is expensive. Like who owns a Wii U anyway? And I don't know whether I put the Sonic Boom thing. I'm an idiot. I'm gonna put this here. I forget where it is. So just make sure you drop here. There we go. Yeah, really bad game. But I never play it, so I cannot say anything about it. The TV show is the only good thing from the series, which sadly we never get season 3. Really sucks. Yeah, I never played the spin-off as well, so don't ask me more about my opinion. Oh yeah, Sonic Runners. It's basically Sonic Dash, but they tried so hard to be ambitious. Like, you know, they try to add story modes, try to add a lot of content. There's like including the microtransaction. Who could forget that? For a mobile game, I like the art style. I like, you know, the visual. But for a mobile game, they try so hard. Like try to fit in a story that I end up skipping along rather quickly. It tried to be endless runner just like Sonic Dash, but with objective, it did not work. I had fun sometimes, but I rather play Sonic Dash over this one, and the game got shut down like a year or 2 years later, I don't know. And then it was resurrected by some fans. I'm not comparing this game with the fan remake. I'm judging by the game with judging by the original, but just original from Sega. I did play this game a couple weeks ago, and I just deleted it after 2 days because I really very boring game. I try so hard to just add so much thing for a mobile game, and all you do is tap the screen. Sonic Dash doesn't have any of those stuff, and it still plays fine. So there's that. I don't like Sonic Runners. And that's about it for 2015-16. Sonic Runners Adventure also exists by Game Love. It came pretty quickly and died pretty quickly. Oh gosh. It's just not good anyway. And that's about it for 2016, because 2017 is where Sonic is good again. According to many fans, Sonic Mania is just perfection. When a fan able to do a game better than Sega themselves, you know something's very wrong. TLDR, I talked about this game already, and I'm planning to do it again this year. Level design is good. Soundtracks are masterpiece. Deluxe, you are a national treasure. I rather have more original zones instead of too many classic zones, but that's Sega decision. Special stages are the best one. It's up there with Sonic CD, but this one perfected it. Special stage 5 and 6 can go straight to hell for all I care. All in all, it's just a really fun game. It's just Sonic with Grand Return to 2D since Sonic Advance. Since Sonic Advance. That was a long time ago, let me tell you. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say. You play it. Gosh, I remember being so excited for the game. And when I played the game, it was just beautiful. It's straight beautiful. Unfortunately, I never played the Plus version. You know, I know that they brought back Mighty Ray together, but they're seriously just trying to milk Sonic Mania at this point. Like, you can't fool me that palette swapping the different zone can make it a different level. You can't do that to me. I'm not that stupid. Like, you just color swap different zone, different aesthetic, not new level. It's the same thing. And while I respect you at the bosses for Stardust Speedway and some transitions between each zone, which previously Sonic Mania don't have, it doesn't justify you can just put out DLC that lazy. It's very lazy, and it's just I don't intend to download you, so yeah, I don't understand why would they just bring back Mighty Ray. Well, more of the same game anyway. Oh yeah, the bosses are fun to play. Of course, the Puyo Mean Bean Machine thing, that was awesome. Stage 1, when Act 1 was just like your typical level, and then Act 2 just transcend into a whole new level. Welcome to the next level. It was just creativity on top of Mount Everest. It was that good. And unfortunately, it leads to a very bad conclusion. Sonic Forces is just awful. Like, why? We got a good game and Sega ruined it with this one. This took more development year. I think this was made since Sonic Lost World, and they gave us this. Why, Sega? Why? Okay, oh no, Sonic has been kidnapped. Everyone lost hope. The territory, the world has been dominated, controlled by Eggman. What are we gonna do? Form a resistance. Join the resistance, like what the trailer would say. We form our avatar. Try to take back the land for Eggman. Sounds good on paper. It's not. Classic Sonic is back. Sounds good. No, it's not. Classic villain is back. It's not good at all. Like, Perfect Chaos. Just here and then he's dead. Zero just get defeated, is dead. Metal Sonic is here and he's dead. What was the point of them being here? And the whole thing about Avatar is just a mixed bag. I like designing my own avatar to make myself be a part of the universe of Sonic Forces. But that's the only good part. The customization is only a good thing, to be honest. The gameplay is just meh. Like, level ends way too quickly before it gets interesting, just like Sonic Generation. Classic Sonic controls like ass. There's no reason to be there. Just try to drag on the Phantom Ruby saga into Forces. It's just stupid. Oh no, oh no, Eggman control the entire land. And then we talk about everything of it. I was expecting we can select different area to liberate, and then just different area got different difficulties. I was expecting that, but no, everything is scripted. And also, the whole friendship thing. I know past Sonic games do this whole thing about friendship, what friends could do, but Sonic Forces blatantly forces it down your throat. It's like, oh, you don't have friends. I'm gonna call you out. Says Sonic. Like, when Sonic and the Avatar got trapped into the no space, when they get out and just call out Eggman, don't have friends. I feel very attacked because I don't have friends. I'm just kidding. I don't feel attacked, but you know my point. And then when if Infinite was alone in the end, Sonic calls him out again. Like, you don't have to force it down our throat. You don't have to. And the whole friendship thing is just cringy as hell. Like, I don't need to be reminded about friendship every few seconds. Like, song, together we show what the way we can do. Standing in unity. Like, give me a flipping break. I don't need reminding me of friendship every few seconds. Come on. Yeah, there's nothing good about this game. I'm done talking about Sonic Forces. Every time I talk about Forces, I get very mad. Anyway, going on to 2018, Oh yeah, there's also Sonic Forces Speed Battle, a mobile game. Try to be like this racing against rivals, your friends. It's not that good anyway, so Sonic Dash simple, and gets what you need to do. Yeah, that's it for 2017. 2018, not really much else to say. It's a pretty quiet year for 2018. 2019, Team Sonic Racing. From the people who brought you Outrun to Outrun 2006 and F109 and F1 no and Sonic Sega All-Star Racing and Sonic Racing Transform, we got this. This! Team Sonic Racing. They dropped the ball with this one. Not only there's lack of content, we're only back with Sonic Team, the gameplay is just redundant as well. I mean, it's a solid racer, but nothing to write home about. Like, okay, here's a racing game. I don't know what, somehow they managed to make it even worse than, oh, I forgot to put Sonic and Sega or Sonic Racing Transform, I don't know. Somehow they managed to make it even worse than Sonic Racing Transform. Like, come on, guys. How did you screw up this bad? I guess when you raise the bar too high, it's hard to achieve it. Like, like an Olympic gold medal or something like that. When you reach the highest peak, there's no way up, but could go down. Like that. There's just nothing else to say. And no surprise, the game got killed off very quickly within that same year as well. Can't believe it. Sumo Digital, the same people who brought you Outrun, like I said, they dropped the ball. And that's about it for 2019. Then 2020 came. Oh yeah, and a movie came out. The world went to just chaos after chaos. We got Sonic at the Olympic Games, another mobile game, because of the Tokyo Olympic game during that time. And I actually like it. For a person who never played the Mario and Sonic Olympic game, this was a new thing. It was a refreshing idea to see Sonic and friends competing together, and then Eggman was involved in it. But then when you had fun, the game just ends abruptly. Because it's a free game, and you're gonna have to pay to unlock the rest of the stages, the rest of the areas. So yeah, while it's fun, it gets old very quickly. And I know there was like a paid version came out years later, but I haven't played yet. So this is the free version. It's a solid game, but it ends very quickly. Maybe my opinion will change one day when I play the paid version, but for now, no. Anyway, I think we're almost done with this stuff. Sonic Colors. Oh yeah, Sonic Colors. Just a B game. It's not a 3D game. I don't care what people say. It's a 2D game pretending to be a 3D game. You might look like an illusion when you're traveling in 3D area, but it's just 2D. But that doesn't stop the game from being fun. I really like the game. I like the waves, even though it overstays its welcome. It was a pretty fun game. Burst, lightning, drill. Those ability really changed the game. For a 2D platformer, it was fun. The story is stupid, but stupid in a good way, and I like the game. I actually like this game. Sonic Colors Ultimate is a good game. Of course, there's the bug issue, but as they continue to fix the game, it was a pretty good game. For the most part, I still have fun with it. I play on the PS4. I don't have much issue to say it's a bad game. Sonic Colors is a good game, but unfortunately it tried to be 3D, so that's why it stays below here. I think that's about it for 2021. And we're almost done with this finally. Sonic Origins. I mean, I really play Sonic. Where's one? 1, 2. Where's tree? Tree. City. I don't need to pay for another collection. And it's even scummy when they just remove the old version from Steam. Like, okay, you're just gonna force me to play this version, huh? Well, tough luck, I ain't doing it. And yeah, not I haven't played. And finally, not finally, I got 2 games ago. Sonic Frontiers. Not gonna spoil too much because this game just not have this game's not even a year old yet, so I'm not gonna spoil too much of it. It's the best 2D 3D Sonic game since Unleash. To summarize, I like the world. I like you can just run around to draw some shapes. I like that you can collect rings to max up your skills. I like the boss, the Titan boss. I like the soundtracks. I like the story. I like traveling between different islands. I like the banter between Sonic and the hologram friends. I like the boss fight, especially the hard mode boss fight. I complete the game. It was well worth it. And I can't wait for the update coming this year. There are more updates to come, and for free. That's what I'm gonna say. If you haven't played it, play this game. Yeah. Anyway, one more game to go. The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. Best game of 2023. You can't convince me. Without doubt, best game of 2023. And that is it for the Sonic Games ranking video. Wow, 2 hours. Close to 2 hours. It's almost 5 a.m. as well, so well, as much as I regret spending my entire midnight just trying to do this game, do this rank, all this stuff, but I don't regret just putting it out of my chest, letting it out of my chest to say the least. All these games I definitely would never do individual review because I either lazy or I feel useless because many people out there make a bunch of retrospective more than an hour. Like, well, good job to you guys who actually managed to make long videos, but for me, covering all these games will be the death of me. I don't have the enough energy, I don't have the long mentality to just endure myself and just talk about stuff and watch as people get mad at me. Even though this tier list will probably be controversial, but that's just my opinion. Anyway, let me know your opinion in the in the description in the comments below. Politely. Let me know your opinion. Let me know if you disagree or agree. Let's have a peaceful discussion. Happy 32nd anniversary, Sonic the Hedgehog. I know this is not a good present, but that's the best I could do. I'm gonna take a short break. I don't know when I'm gonna wake up, but I'm sure it ain't before 12 p.m. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.